Most schools are able to pay for teachers and sort of basic things around education, but what tends to get left out are the things that actually really round out education. So sports, arts, music, field trips, support for teachers to expand and deepen their practice. Those things tend to not be funded by most schools in Oakland. And so figuring out how we solve that gap is why we create the A to Z Fund.
One of our recently adopted core values is one of equity. And what that's about is making sure that each child gets what they need while providing all students access to the same high quality opportunities. And so what this is saying is that regardless of where you live, regardless of zip code, those teachers who are teaching our students, that they'll have access to resources.
These funds really get to the spirit of what we believe as an organization, which is we believe getting resources in the hands of those closest to children is one of the best and most important things to do if we want to improve our public schools for all. The A to Z Fund is two things. One, it's a pool of money that's actually designed to support teacher learning and teacher professional development. The second part of the A to Z Fund is to really close that gap between schools that have additional resources and schools that don't.
Usually the low-income families are the ones that need more of those resources, right? So really bringing those adequate resources to those schools, I think, is very crucial.
Every year, every class goes to Berkeley. In third grade, we went to Stanford. I do want to go to college. I've been learning so much, and I feel that I'm going to be ready when I go to college. It's important for all kids to have elective and field trips because once they're older, they're not really going to know about what they really want and what they really like outside. It's easier when they're a child to explore the outside world.
I believe that each child learns through hands-on. My daughter, every time she goes to a field trip, she comes home and shares with me what she learned in those field trips.
One of the important parts about having A to Z funds, about having a consistent funding source, especially one that's flexible and unrestricted, it gives a lot of different teachers the same opportunity to get resources for what they need.
Because teachers are like learners. They really like to learn, and teachers are like the coolest things ever. But how awesome if there was a fund where they could push themselves towards what they wanted. How dope would that be? That would be utterly amazing to give every student a space in which they could be just so successful, aside from just maybe pure academic content. I love that for our kids.
The A to Z Fund is one of the most exciting things that we can do to help all Oakland kids in this community get what they need. We believe in the incredible centrality and importance of public schools. One of the things I often say is for Oakland to be a world-class city, it's got to have world-class public schools. And we think the A to Z Fund is one of the ways to help us get there.